everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Dragon Hoops by Luen. It is his new graphic novel that we got off of, I got it off NetGalley.
Me too.
So it is kind of a personal look into where he teaches in California. The school that he's at, their basketball team is called the Dragons, and they've been super close to winning the California State Championship many times throughout the years, and so he just kind of breaks it down into their season in hopes that they win this year, or that this year might be the big year. And so he kind of talks about the players and the past and the coaches, and it's kind of a multicultural look into kind of how this team comes together and the first step into the journey and whether it ends positively or not.
So this book was tricky for me because there's lots of this book that I really, really like. First of all, I like the way he draws. I like his art. Yeah. I like the way he tells a story. They're all I thought it was, and it's because I like history and I'm a nerd. There's all these different little factoids about this is how basketball was invented. This is when women started playing it. This is how the rules evolved. I liked that.
And I think that really kind of puts a fine point though on the challenge of this book is there's a lot of asides. There's an aside from him kind of commenting on the story, so there's that meta part of it. Then there's the aside of the history part of it. Then there's the aside of the history for the coach, and just there's a lot of asides, and so the actual plot kind of takes a back seat a lot of times throughout the book.
That I think the problem, even more than that, is I'm not completely clear on what the plot was, and I feel as an adult reading this book, I liked the stuff about his journey, and I liked, I said, I really liked the stuff about the history of basketball, and I think a kid would even like that. And I really liked the parts about the players. But would a kid want to read about his journey into writing a book?
I don't know.
And I don't know if this is because we loved the book Dear Ally Carter, or Dear Ally, How Do You Write a Book? And it's similar to that, but it's not as how-to, so I don't even know if the kids that the creative writing kids won't like it. Because, I liked it. I enjoyed this book.
Yeah, it was okay. I liked the history part the most.
I liked the part about the players. And
I definitely think it starts discussions. It's a good discussion sparker. I just don't know if teachers are going to gravitate more towards this in their classroom, or if they're going to stick with, American-Born Chinese or, his other works.
Well, and if you think about, we're talking about, there's talks about, race issues and, championships, and I'm in the classroom, does the crossover do it better?
Yeah. Well, but I like the part where he talks about there are several African Americans on the basketball team, and then there is also a player who is Indian. And he makes a point to talk about how, drawing him so that it's truthful to who that character player is, mm-hmm. as opposed to, being lost kind of in the crowd of other basketball players.
Well, yeah, because because the kid says, that's not what I look like. No, but I really, really liked, and he said this, throughout the book, every time he would tell somebody's story, they would be this first step. And, it's the panels, I should find a clip of the panel and put it up. The panels all looked very similar, and it's this idea of this one step and how you can start this great journey, or you can start this great thing with just one step. And I think that's kind of what won me over, was just that idea. I thought that was very powerful. And maybe it's powerful in a Hallmark way, but it totally worked for me.
See, and I don't think I noticed it until you mentioned it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See?
And, I guess, and my other thing is, I kept getting back to, what's the point? And as far as he kind of talks about, well, the hope for the end of this book would be that they win, but, he also is grappling with the fact, is that, whether it's the truth or not, do you stick to the truth whether they win or not, or, do you fit the graphic novel to kind of your desired outcome? And at the point that he's talking about it, it's not, they don't know if they're going to win or not, because it still hasn't happened yet, but, I guess that kind of speaks more to, what is the point of this book?
Well, and who's the audience? That's my big thing is who's the audience. And
But I think it starts some great conversations.
It does. Like
especially, yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but I'm an adult. Would a kid really enjoy it? I don't know. And it's going to be in my teen room. And is that where it should be?
I think it would get lost in the adult department.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily think adults are...
No.
I mean, adults that read YA are going to enjoy it.
Adults who read, people who win a lot of graphic novel awards will read it. Because he won the Eisner, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was the national artist? National... No, he was the... We'll put it in the comments, but he was the national children's something.
Well, an American-born Chinese won the Prince, I think.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm sure he's won the Eisner. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We should rate it. Okay.
Our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it doesn't get a horn and is therefore a horse. Period.
So even though I find it problematic, I'm like at a 4, and I don't, and like when I read it, that was my gut reaction, and that's like just where I am. Like the good to me outweighed the issues.
Yeah, for me it's 3 because it's a standard Yang book. I don't know, it just doesn't push it over the top.
So that is where we are on Dragon Hoops.
See you around.
Bye.